Big J Oakerson. The only reason, I mean, we love having you, but really the only reason you're here is because, you know, it's 2017 and diversity dictates that we have at least 2 giant lesbians up here. He's the personification of a truck stop bathroom. Please welcome Big J Oakerson.
Yeah, how about for Bonnie McFarland? Great news, Bonnie. You can go to a glasses store and pick out any frames now. You're not resigned to those we're poor fucking Frank Serpicos you're wearing. The hilarious and super sexy Bonnie McFarland. Although I started thinking recently if Bonnie's really hot or just the fact that she ended up fucking rich lets us know we all had a shot. You're one of my favorite comics. I've told you that 1,000 times, Bonnie. Honestly, one of my favorite comics. She's fantastic. I did a lot of thinking about why she's so unsuccessful. I think I figured it out. Inside Amy Schumer is a classic sketch show on Comedy Central that opened the doors for movies and superstardom. And inside Bonnie McFarland is where Rich Vos shoots cum. How about it for comedy's parasitic rape worm, the real-ass doof himself, Louis J. Gomez. The J is for retarded. Louis, up here earlier, started accusing Joe DeRosa of fucking a bunch of girl comics. I feel like Louis and DeRosa both fuck a lot of girl comics. And I talk to a lot of them, and I hear there's pluses and minuses to both. The minus is both of them are going to give you some rare strain of HPV. The plus is afterwards, Joe DeRosa will give you a shoulder to cry on. And Louis will give you your own podcast on the Gas Digital Network. How about it for the Jewish Amazon cum puncher herself, Judy Gold, everybody. The kike dyke in charge. Judy Gold, 6'3", 54 years old. Can I tell you some other celebrities? I looked up a list of celebrities with those dimensions. Motley Crue drummer and Hep C survivor Tommy Lee. African songstress and burn victim Seal. Roger the Rocket Clemens. TV's gay Eric McCormick. And finally, Evander the real deal Holyfield. I'll tell you who was not on that list of 54-year-old, 6'3" celebrities. Judy Gold. Not only am I happy to see Judy Gold here, I'm also very happy to see her and Jim Florentine sitting in the same room because the last 16 years I thought they were the same dude. Jim Florentine, the live-action Beavis. It's been talked about tonight ad nauseum. Jim's had a rough few years relationship-wise. His wife left him for some CrossFit cop douchebag. Robin Quivers had him removed from the Howard Stern show, and one of his girlfriends actually tragically killed herself, which begs the question, what won't a woman do to get away from a 50-year-old? To get away from a 50-year-old who sleeps in Kiss pajamas in a guest house in Eddie Trunk's house. Joe DeRosa, killed earlier. Joe DeRosa's here. A lot of people don't know this, but Joe DeRosa is a feminist. And, fuck. Sorry, let me take it from top. A lot of people notice that Joe DeRosa is effeminate. Joe, you look like the voice black comedians do for white people. I hate to get misty here, but I always say if somebody said it better, you should just quote them. But the late, great Patrice O'Neill said two of the funniest things. I think one of the first times he ever met Joe about DeRosa made me laugh so hard I thought I would just repeat them, and that was Joe came around, they were shitting all over his shoulders. And Patrice said that Joe DeRosa can never wear a book bag because it's like end up around his elbows. he said that Joe's father can never have a sentimental speech with him because he'd be like, Joe, let me talk to you. Hey. Colin Quinn, the legend, of course, who just fucking murdered. Colin Quinn's trademark knuckle biting is the get-her-done of physical comedy. What an amazing few years. A one-man show machine. You know them. Unconstitutional. The other one, something about being Irish. You can now buy them all in one set called the Jerry Seinfeld Owes Me One collection. Did you see Seinfeld kill a hooker or something? What does he owe you? Did you front him money for a road pussy abortion? Jim Norton, the great Jim Norton. Yeah. Born in Bayonne, New Jersey, to his mother, a librarian, and his father, a pond turtle. Bobby Kelly, who fucking murdered earlier here. They say some people have a face for radio. Robert Kelly has a body for podcasts. In the time I've known Bobby Kelly, he went, and when we first started hanging out together, Bobby was a muscular, handsome, just heartthrob. And now he is this boiled ham you see before you. I don't know if you pissed off a gypsy in 2005 or... Fatter. I've seen Bobby Kelly eat. He don't give a fuck. Bobby Kelly would have a better diet if he was pulling anchor on a human centipede. It's just the two of us slamming bellies till one of us falls. And of course now the man of the hour, Rich Vos, everybody. Yeah. Rich Vos is the comedy world's Ric Flair. He has a decent body, but it's the texture and complexion of baseball mitt. Rich, you look like a lab rat they tested spray tan on. Rich Vos, the real fucking king of crowd work comedy, is so connected to his audience that he actually feeds off their energy, which explains why Rich weighs 115 pounds. The good news is because he's so light, it's much easier for Bonnie to carry him through podcasts. Bonnie and Rich look like a Cialis commercial taking place in a bowling alley. 60 years old. Right? And still working hard in the comedy biz, even though it looks like your outfit retired to Boca Raton 3 years ago. Rich used to dress like a guy who trained boxers in the 50s. Now he dresses like an Everglades homicide detective. I fell in love with Rich Vos far before he even knew who the fuck I was. And I'll tell you something that happened when I started out in comedy in those black rooms, as they said earlier. Rich Vos is one of the few white dudes who would come down and do them. Still, to this day, I think. And we were in Atlantic City. I know I've told you this 1,000 times because me and my stepfather laughed about this for years beyond. And it was an all-black room, a hostile all-black room. Making black people stop dancing to start telling comedy never works. If you could spread the word, please. And I went up there and ate shit, and then Rich goes up there, and he was doing pretty bad, and he started talking to the audience, and this is where I fell in love with crowd work. He said, he goes, excuse me, sir. He goes, somebody goes, you're a black man, right? And the guy goes, nah, I'm Irish. And Rich Vos said, without missing a beat, he goes, what are you, a leprechaun? If you don't love a man who's got those balls, you love no one. I love you, Rich. Thank you so much, buddy.